Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this simplicity pattern of a 1940s two-piece set. This video will be focusing on the shorts portion of the pattern, so if you missed the tie-up shirt, go watch that video first. First thing to obviously do is cut the fabric. Here I am just cutting both front and back pieces, the waistband and the pocket pieces. To create the pleats, I put the pattern back onto the fabric and I use a water-soluble pen to mark the dots. I then connect the dots to create the pleats needed. Then I ironed all the pleats and sewed them all into place. This pattern calls for a total of 12 pleats, so lots of sewing pleats. For the back piece, I followed all the same steps as the front piece, and once I was done with both of those, I stay stitched to the top to hold all the pleats together. With wrong sides together, I pinned and sewed on the pocket so the pocket would be on the right side of the garment when worn. Once sewed, I ironed open the seam and did a French seam for both front and back pocket pieces. Now with right sides together of the front and back pieces, I sewed from the top of the pocket to the bottom of the garment, closing the side seam as well. Since there is no opening in the back, the left seam has to be left open for a few inches to allow me to get into the shorts. So I sewed up the side seam, leaving about 4 to 5 inches unsewn, and I then hemmed the two open flaps. For the crotch seam, I matched the notches indicated on the crotch and sewed it together. For the the waistband, I first put right sides together matching the notches. I then folded that over with a 1/2 inch seam allowance and sewed that all down. After the waistband was fully sewn on, I then ironed on the waistband flat and top stitched it down. To hem the leg holes, I took a ruler and made a marking at 1/2 inch. I folded it and ironed the hem at that line and then folded it again, making the entire hem 1 inch. Then I sewed that all into place with a straight stitch. This pattern calls for a zipper, but I instead decided to use a snap on the waistband, so I just took my fastener pliers and followed the directions for the snap.